So today's video is going to be ranking dances done to the same song on the next step. I do have some too. Once we've done these, there'll probably be like 6 songs left. Might do a part 4, not sure yet. So basically, if you haven't watched any of the others, we take a song used in multiple dances and I decide which one's the best in my opinion. Will not be including rival teams, so we're going to kick it off with Control, subscribe down below. Be including the Troy solo, Solana and Latroy's duet, B-Troop Season 7 routine. Third, I have put Latroy's solo. It's good, it's not a bad solo by any stretch of the imagination. Excuse me again. Both had rhythm and intensity. Started strong, it lost it at the end. Latroy's had better dances. There was a lot of filler moves. Next is Solana and Latroy's duet. Could have been better. Not the most structured piece on the planet. It felt messy, a bit stop-start. It felt a bit choppy. Would have been nice if it flowed a bit more. They both had good chemistry, that's why it's above Latroy's solo. First place is B-Troop's team. I liked how B-Troop used formations in a good way. They blended the styles. It was not my most favourite. I prefer Show Me How and Stand Up. The second bit didn't blend. This lift should have been something different. Something they were like more confident with and more comfortable with. Jude could have been integrated better. It looked more like, look at me, I'm smiling, I have the hype about me, which I really don't get. Feel like the solo section didn't blend with the rest of the choreo. Next we have All We Need, which was created by Noah and Amanda in season 4. Have Marcus and Grace's tap duet and James, West and Alden's trio. Second, I've obviously put Marcus and Grace. It was really good. It was something different. It was something fresh. To see a different style. Very good technique, like how they used their facial expressions and how they went into the different moves. It wasn't amazing. Next, we obviously have the trio. Amazing. That's what I have to say. I love the charisma, that is what season 7 needs. They kept the energy up at all times. The choreo was good. There were some complicated things going on. Dance skill was up so high. Made it look really easy even though it was hard. Next we have Broke Free, which was done by Talia and Alden and Alfie, Amy and Cassie. Second we have Talia and Alden in season 6. I was not the biggest fan of this. Felt like there could have been a bit more to it. I feel like Talia could have done more and not repeated herself as much. It was boring in my opinion. It kind of didn't have loads of structure. I know that wasn't the point of the dance. To see them as mature adults. I know they danced in season 3, but they were teenagers. It's nice to see how far they've grown and developed in a way. They were themselves. They really complemented each other. Talia did her elbow stand, which I don't really think fitted. Anything else, it would have been nice to see them do turns or something like that, because they can both turn really well. First I've put the trio with Alfie, Amy and Cassie in. Season 4, I loved the storyline. I love how much technique was there. How nice the dance fitted together. Loved Amy and Alfie's back handsprings. It'd be nice if Cassie could have done an arrow because she can do one. Apart from that, it was good. They all complemented each other really well. Next we have one of my favourite songs, Mountains. Have Michelle's rehearsal, Riley's solo and Noah and Jacko's duet. Third is Riley's solo. It kind of pained me to put this there because I loved it. Riley, her style really came through in this dance. She was connected to the song, she was connected to her dance, she danced for herself, she kept the emotion throughout. She kept to 100% effort, it was real throughout. Second is Noah and Jackie's duet. I loved the motion. That was a lot of running around, chasing each other, but it was beautiful. It was such a sad dance, I wish they didn't break up. Such good emotion, and then they kept that throughout. Top is Michelle's solo, I forgot about this. But it was done in the episode where they decided who should be dance captain. Michelle had a lot of strength in her movements, and it really shows in the solo. She gave it 100% the whole time. The leaps were good, she had good transitions, it was smooth, it ran smoothly throughout. She did it at regionals instead of slow, and then she probably could have won, and they probably wouldn't need to compete in the trios. We then have one of my favourite songs, No Problems. I love this song. It was done by West and Michelle in season 5 and Jackie and Michelle's battle duet in season 6. Second place I've put Jackie and Michelle's battle duet. I loved how the tension built up. Tricks were amazing, they did every move well. I cannot do their moves. The unison bit was not the best. First I have put West and Michelle. I love this dance and how good it was. Hip hop was really good in this dance, they both gave it their best, the standard didn't drop, everything was good about this dance, I can't find anything wrong with it. Next we have fist bumps. We have Kingston solo and the TNS West battle against TNS East. Second place I've obviously put Kingston solo. Kingston had so much energy in this dance throughout season 5. No, the energy is kind of lost, I know, but I do like his dancing. It was repetitive but very charming in this dance. The tricks were impressive, it looked like he was running out of things to do. Got a bit bored, so if they'd cut the length it would have been really good. But I think it was a bit too long. First place is TNS West battle. I loved it. I love seeing everyone have so much fun. They're such a supportive team, like they're all supporting each other whether they were dancing or not. To be honest, with the battle I don't know who I'd pick as the winner. Both routines were good. TNS West and TNS East, either team could have gone to regionals. But I did like the energy in TNS routine. TNS West pushed themselves with the choreo. Like they didn't just stick to hip hop, they did some contemporary as well. TNS East you could see were comfortable for the choreo. TNS West were a team, they had great stage presence. It's better than Kingston solo. Next we have another one of my favourite songs, Top of the World. Done by TNS East, Amy and Piper's duet and B Troop's dance. Third place is B Troop's dance. B Troop's dance got repetitive. I know they're B Troop and not A Troop. It wasn't the most impressive dance they've done. Stand Up, Show Me How, those dances were the best. I wasn't the biggest fan of the solo moments either because they weren't special, they're just carrying on the stuff they'd done. By the end I was quite bored. Cleo did fall out of turns. I know she's not a contemporary dancer. I feel like Izzy was not sure on some bits of choreo. She looked a bit unsure and a bit behind everyone else. Ethan's turns were impressive though. Second, Amy and Piper duet. Both girls showed their strengths well. Piper did her leg hold without her hands. He did her tricks really well, loved it. The stamina was there, you can tell they had a reason to dance. First is TNS East. Jackie did good facial expressions. They were kind of blank, which was probably nothing on the dancers. It's just sort of, they were competing against TNS West, so they were probably quite overconfident. the element of surprise, which is why I put them above Piper and Amy. Piper and Amy's duet was the basic version of what they were doing because Amy was doing it to get back onto A Troop, which was known as Emma's A Troop. Feel like TNS East outdanced Piper and Amy, but there were flaws in both. Next we have Saviour. I do like this song. Done by Presley in season 7, Elliot in season 5. Second I've put Elliot. Personally, there were some awkward bits that should just not have been choreographed in. He also didn't do half the stuff Presley did. Been nice to give him less awkward bits to do. His technique was beautiful. Gonna knock him for that. By any stretch of the imagination, it was good, but it could have been improved in some areas. Presley's first, she was amazing. She had the intensity all the way. I loved watching her solo. I've watched it loads of times. She interpreted the music well. The music fitted her dance, her technique was good, her flexibility and her acros amazing, it was flawless. I've put Presley above Elliot because she had more intensity than Elliot, but Elliot was graceful in that dance. The moves didn't look awkward. Next we have Rome, which does get stuck in the head. Lot, we have Amy and Henry's duet in the car park of the Tuxedo Place, Amy and Henry's duet in Studio A and Henry's solo. Place is the duet in Studio A. I was not the biggest fan of it, honestly. I prefer Amy's duet that they did in the car park at the Tuxedo Place. They had good chemistry, it was boring. I feel like Amy should have done the same hip-hop as Henry because Henry and Amy can do hip-hop together. So why did they need to change it? It fitted the mood, but I'm not sure it fitted Amy and Henry. It didn't suit Henry very well because it was more contemporary and his strengths is hip-hop. It was a bit awkward. Second is Henry's solo. I liked Henry's solo. I feel like he needs to, in season 8, get his chance to shine. And he needs something better, like he needs something that can show his strengths. So Henry was dancing from his heart. I want to see something that's Henry through and through. And that was what the solo we got. Henry had a good structured solo. It built up nicely. It went from the branch and travelled to the main bit of the studio. This is Henry and Amy's duet they did in the car park at the Tuxedo Place. Tricks were good, like their back handsprings. They showed so much of their personality. They attacked the movements really well. Done nicely when the choreo kicked in. It was good. Next we have Fire, which was Amanda's battle solo, Piper's solo against Michelle, Giselle's battle solo, Rochelle's battle solo, Michelle's solo in season 7. Next we have Piper's solo she did. Bottom we have Piper against Michelle. It's messy, she made a few mistakes, she forgot her dance, she fell out of things, she didn't fully extend her extensions. She didn't have the stamina, there wasn't a lot of energy, there was a lot of walking around. You could tell that it felt a bit awkward and it wasn't as good as her last performance in like the Control auditions. Next we have Rochelle's battle solo. It is hard to rank this solo because we didn't see much. Like you could probably put it on YouTube and it wouldn't be copyrighted because it's so short. Thought the moves were good. Rochelle's technique's good. She has so much power. She didn't show her personality much and you could tell it wasn't the most confident solo of hers. Above Rochelle we have Michelle's solo. I like the happy vibes Michelle gave to this solo. You can tell how happy Michelle is to dance. Michelle was so passionate. It was nice to see more because I feel there wasn't much there. I find Michelle did a lot of leaps, like too many, like she shouldn't have been quite so repetitive. So we have Piper's redo. This solo's much better. You can tell Piper's learnt from Michelle and Piper's really learnt from what James has said. Had energy throughout. She knew what she was doing. Her turns were really good. She was graceful. She did herself proud. She did the solo how she was supposed to do it against Michelle. She flows through her moves, she remembers her choreo. Second place is Giselle. I like the few stars together rather than being Giselle's conventional style. I also think when I think of her, I think of this solo. It was different from Giselle, shows that she isn't just an acro dancer, she can do more. She matched the song, she was super confident, her musicality was there, she really embodied fire, which was good. First place we have Amanda. I love this dance, she did really well, she hit the brief of the competition to a T. She danced her strongest moves. I like how even though cartwheels are not seen as impressive, she still did it. I loved her aerial, she had a good height off the ground. She has amazing technique, she has a good foundation in dance. Her leaps had good height and technique, she did every move while love her turns. So, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in another video. Bye.